Hello, this is PG, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. It's on PC and all major consoles. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is a sci-fi action RPG developed by BioWare. You play as Shepard, an elite soldier who leads a group of characters across a sweeping 3-part sci-fi epic. This Legendary Edition features all 3 games, all DLC content, and the visuals have been remastered with some gameplay adjustments thrown in for good measure as well. Okay, what is the game like to play, or games? Well, the games are broken down into 3 distinct areas. You've got combat, you've got conversation, you've got exploration. First, let's look at the combat. It's a cover-based shooter with each member of your squad having various weapons to deploy. You can give them orders. They've all got special abilities as well, like you can use telekinesis to throw objects, disrupt, many skills that can be learned. And I'd say the combat is something that improves from one game to the next. In the first game it was okay, second and third much better. You can also use close range weapons, you can use melee, you can use long range rifles, and the array of weapons and the customization of them is also quite good fun. Now, in between these action scenes, you'll be exploring space stations, far off planets, or just desolate ruins of long lost civilizations. Yes, perhaps there are some grindy moments in some of these games, like seeking out resources for your cause, but on the whole, I'd say it has a good balance. But it is the story and the narrative that for me was the standout with Mass Effect. The overarching story is interesting, it's well paced, and it is full of surprises. But the characters, they really bring that story to life with believable dialogue responses and a fantastic amount of choices, whether you want to be a saint or a sinner or a douchebag. It's one of the few games I got lost in terms of the chats with my allies. You can really get to know them, and for me, Mass Effect 2, this is where it all comes to a complete crescendo in terms of just pure brilliance of making the dialogue and the narrative with the characters actually have meaning for the end game. And there's also things like you've got love life possibilities, if you fancy yourself as a bit of a chat up merchant, and there's plenty in there in all 3 games for anyone who likes a really good in-depth role-playing game. Visually, I'd say I was hoping for more from a game that's marked as Legendary Edition. What's legendary about it? Well, the remaster has basically just smoothed out the graphics, but any photographer like myself will tell you smoothing often leads to a lack of sharpness and clarity, and in this case, most of the imagery often felt quite flat and devoid of clarity. The game has also added for this edition a photo mode, which is nice, but again, doesn't add any clarity or sharpness sliders within the photo mode, so they clearly haven't really thought it through. So, pretty poor. Sound? 10 out of 10 for sound. The voice actors are amazing. The performances are amazing. The musical score is absolutely unforgettable as well. Amazing sound work. Okay, verdict. Mass Effect Legendary Edition is a great compilation of, in my opinion, the best sci-fi RPG ever made. Each game has its own charm, with my personal favourite being Mass Effect 2, which is exquisite. The story and characters are rich, the missions are varied, and there's something for everybody, with even a plethora of love interests thrown in for good measure. But does the Legendary Edition really improve on the originals? Well, no, I don't think it does. Played next to each other, the visuals here I feel they're actually less impressive than the originals, with lazy luminance smoothing used to remaster the visuals, or at least that's what it looks like. It often just leads to flat and dull imagery. But the games, they're still great games, so if you've never played them and you want them all in one convenient package, this is a good deal. But if you have the originals already, do you really need these? Probably not, I'd say. Play the originals instead. Anyway, my score for the Mass Effect Legendary Edition trilogy, I'd give it 8 out of 10 overall. Really good games. Is it Legendary Edition? Does it really make any sense? Not really, but there you go. That's the review. Thank you for watching. This is PG, signing off. Cheers.